monumental apex that we're experiencing. Our industry's in transition. We hear good things, we hear bad things, and we as an association, our job is to make sure that we keep up. And not only keep up, but stay ahead. So how do we stay ahead? You know, the industry has put their trust in us. And we've introduced new initiatives over this past year that have designed to increase our members' businesses, to make supply chain more efficient, to address the consumer's right to data. And our goal, when it all boils down to it, our goal as an association is to make sure that we are a key business partner to our membership, that we are a part of their organizational charts. And when they think of something that they need, that they're thinking of the Auto Care Association, and that they think of the Auto Care Association as an integral part of their businesses. So you're familiar with the strategic pillars that we introduced last year, and there are 5 of them. I'm not going to go through them at length. Take a picture if you will, but quickly, emerging vehicle technologies. Take a look around you in terms of what's going on the floor about emerging technology. It's amazing, and we as an association are investing in that. Supply chain efficiency and standards adoption. How can we make the supply chain from the part being made to the part being installed more efficient? And there's many, many opportunities to do that. Number 3, membership growth and retention. How do we create that bond with our membership, and how do we expand that bond to companies and individuals that are new to the aftermarket, right? And how do we make them productive? Global growth. Many, many, many of our customers are global companies. How do we ensure that we help them develop a global presence? And then finally, profile and influence. And I don't mean this from an association standpoint. How do we raise the bar of our industry? We're a $392 billion industry. We're going to be $433 billion by 2021. We produce 4.6 million jobs. We have 550,000 locations. Are we garnering the respect that we deserve on Capitol Hill and in Wall Street? So those are our 5 strategic pillars, and from that, we've really developed 4 key things that we're going to be concentrating on this year, and I'm going to recap some of the things that we did since we met last year. First and foremost is a legislative or a negotiated settlement with the OEMs regarding the consumer's right to dictate where their vehicle's data is being sent. Fundamental to our industry. A consumer's right to dictate where their vehicle's data is being sent. Never before have we been reliant upon the OEM for the data, the diagnostic data. We will not be reliant upon that, because that would be counterproductive of what we're trying to accomplish as an industry. So you're going to hear in a few minutes from Aaron in terms of what we've done on right to repair and next steps for right to repair. Number 2, so we talk about, that's control. So we're working on the control of the data. Now how about the access of the data? Because the OEMs justifiably will say to us, we cannot allow access to vehicles' data unless it's cyber secure. So that's the OEM pushback on us, and justifiably so. Well, guess what, everybody? We as an association have developed, with the help of technologists around the globe, to develop a solution that allows access to the vehicle's data at the point of the vehicle cyber securely, without being reliant upon the OEM. You're going to hear more about that, and it's called the Secure Vehicle Interface. Number 3, talk about supply chain efficiency. If you're a supplier in our industry, and you're a global supplier, you're creating product data in the United States. You're creating product data in Europe. You're creating product data in China and in India. Is there some way that we can combine those global tables to make a consistent global vehicle identifier that can be used around the world. Yes, we can, and we're working on it, and it's going to be introduced in the spring. And then finally, the AutoCare Demand Index. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. So I came from the industry, and the use of data is critical to be able to make good business decisions. So we have been successful by investing in our infrastructure to be able to build a tool that creates a demand index for product categories. So if you're a brake manufacturer, we are acquiring data from all of our major retailers, wholesalers, and aggregating that data and then creating a demand index for the brake category. We have 15 categories, but we're creating a demand index for that to say that the category is at 100, next month it's 102, next month it's 98. So now as a supplier, I can see where the market is going and judge how my company's performance is doing against that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So if that wasn't enough, we understand that data is so important and research is so important. We're launching a series of research roundtables called Disruptive Trends within the auto care industry. The first is going to focus on e-tailing, and that's being launched very shortly. And it's a $30 billion opportunity within the aftermarket. Fastest growing segment. And how do we ensure that our members are taking advantage of this dynamic way to sell product and interact with the consumer, right? However, so those are the 4 key things that we're working on.